What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes. It's Friday, so happy Friday to everybody out there. Hopefully your week was successful and healthy, but I'm here to give you the realness. I always pride myself on being 100% real 100% of the time and not telling you what you want to hear, but telling you what you need to hear. Now I'm getting a whole bunch of messages talking about the Raiders are Super Bowl or bust. We're going to win 13, 14 games this year. We're going to be the top team in the AFC West and maybe the top team in the AFC overall. And I'm here to just bring a little bit of realness to your day, okay? I don't want to ruin anybody's day, but just like the title says, Raider fans are not going to like this. Raider fans are not going to want to hear this, but I got to say it because it needs to be said. Now, I know we made a plethora of moves on the offensive side of the ball. We know we got Derek Carr back there, who's a field general, who's a leader, who's a top 10 quarterback. We know we got Davante Adams. I know we bolstered that offensive line in the trenches and got some things going over there. We know the GOAT, Hunter Renfrow, is still there. Waller is not a Green Bay Packer, but at the end of the day, our success on this team is going to be predicated and determined by how well that defense operates, okay? I like Patrick Graham. I like what he did over there with the Giants. I love the versatility that he brings in with the multiple fronts defense. I myself am a multiple front defensive coordinator on the high school level, so I appreciate everything he's going to bring to the table. I know we got Max Crosby. You know I love Trayvon Merrick back there anchoring that secondary, okay? But the truth of the matter is that we are super thin and unproven at the linebacker position. We are super thin at the defensive back position. I do not like the depth of our safety position. I do not like the depth of our linebacker position. And our defensive tackle position, although we added some young guns up there and we brought some people in on free agency, it's still relatively unproven as to what we're going to get from them. The only thing proven on this defense is that Denzel Perryman can tackle and Max Crosby and Chandler Jones are going to be absolute dogs. But at the end of the day, our linebacker situation is really determined on how successful it's going to be. It's going to be based on Divine Diablo being something we haven't seen him be yet, which is a stud outside linebacker. And until I see that, of course, does he have upside? Does he have potential? Is he fast? He's rangy? Yes, because he's a former safety in Virginia Tech. So I understand those things. But at the end of the day, if Divine Diablo isn't what we think he's going to be as far as a stud outside linebacker, then where are we at the linebacker position? Right now, Trayvon Mullen obviously is our CB1, but I've always said he's nothing more than a CB2, and that's no knock on him. It just is what it is, right? He would be a great cornerback too on a really good team, but on our team, he's supposed to be our cornerback one. Well, he just had surgery on his foot. I'm not going to get into the details of that or the recovery or will he be on the team because I'm not a doctor. I don't really know what his situation is or his prognosis or what any of that is on that. All I know is that Trayvon Mullen at best is still a cornerback too. Now, in my opinion, Rock Ya-Sin is better. Okay, so I think Rock Ya-Sin is our cornerback one. But even with that being said, it's Rock Ya-Sin, right? It's not like Charles Woodson out there. It's not Champ Bailey. It's not Jalen Ramsey, right? It's not Denzel Ward. So at the end of the day, we're really thin at corner. I like Nate Hobbs. I like Rock Ya-Sin. I like Trayvon Mullen. But we're in a league where one injury changes the landscape of everything. So the name of the game is really depth. It's not, oh, how good is our number one? Or even necessarily how good is our number two? Because we've seen with the Raiders, especially down the stretch of the seasons, we're going to our number 3 and number 4. And I know everybody's like, well, who's going to have really good number 3 or number 4s? At the end of the day, the teams that are successful have depth. And that's all I'm here to talk about is that our depth on defense is so suspect right now, especially at the linebacker position and at the secondary position, okay? Now, cornerback, I know we got Rock Ya-Sin. I know we got Nate Hobbs. I know we got Everett out there. I know we got Darius. But at the end of the day, when you're talking about depth, our safety position, to me, is more of a problem than our cornerback position, all right? Even if Trayvon Mullen isn't healthy, I think we'll figure it out. But at our safety position, with Jonathan Abram being the one and Trayvon Merrick being the one at the free safety, it's just really thin, in my opinion. And we know that Jonathan Abram does struggle in coverage already, so I'm just not sold on what this defense is actually going to produce on the field. We have some really nice pieces on the defensive side of the ball, but we're talking about depth. So, yeah, when we put our first team out there, I think it looks really good. But if one thing goes wrong, it's a wrap for that defense until proven otherwise. And I've always said that you have to be able to win with depth. You have to be able to go to your second and third guy and be able to get some production out of them. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I love what we've done so far. I love what McDaniels is doing. I love what Ziegler is doing, but we need to add more pieces. I think they'll do that, but I'm just saying right now, as a fan base, we should probably pump our brakes a little bit on terms of Super Bowl or bust, because we're playing in a division alone, the AFC West, that is brutal when it comes to high-powered offenses. So if our defense, not the first line of defense, because I feel like our first team is good, but if we don't have any depth at those important positions, when you talk about the defensive line, when you talk about the linebackers, and you talk about the secondary, if we don't have enough depth there, we won't be able to compete in the season at 17 games. And even if we do back into the playoffs, limp into the playoffs, we saw last year against the Bengals, we weren't one play away from winning that. We were one or two players away from winning that. And I don't know if we have the depth to overcome any type of injuries, any type of suspensions, any type of really anything that goes on in the NFL season. So I think we should just pump our brakes a little bit. I know you don't want to hear that. I really don't care. And I can already tell that people are going to not even watch the video. They're going to read the title and be like, oh, you're a hater. Oh, you're so negative and this and that. It is what it is. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. And what you need to hear is that the Raiders defense, although might look good on paper, really has no depth to it right now at the key positions. And the people we're relying on really haven't proven it yet. Primarily Davante Adams, right? So I want you to get down in the comments and let me know what you think. If you like this type of video, like the video. If you like the content on this channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Until the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.